We're going back in time, counting down the top 80 songs from the greatest pop music decade in the history of human civilization, the 1980s. You're listening to the 80 of the 80s podcast with your hosts, DJ CK1 and AK47.
Well, welcome to episode 79 of 80 of the 80s, where we count down the top 80 songs of the 80s. And this is kind of our sophomore episode. So, I don't know, we're still going to have some growing pains or not. I know you're excited to talk about the song, but first let's talk about the secret word.
Okay, the secret word is frisbee.
Frisbee. I don't know why Gorbatron. Gorbatron. Is it Gorbatron or Gobotron? What?
It's Gobotron.
Gobotron.
Right? I don't know. You're the one that made this shit up.
I think he's Russian. I think he's a Russian-designed computer. So maybe it is Gorbatron. He's got this red spot on his head. Okay, so.
Hold on, I just peed a little. Okay, let's go.
As we were saying, Frisbee, I think Gobotron 2000 has really stuck us with the difficult secret word this time. And I don't know why he's putting us through this, because I don't think the word Frisbee is in any of the songs, but is in the song lyrics. But still, let's try it out.
Okay.
Okay, let's come out with Let's test out to see if it's going to work. Hey, AK47.
Yes.
What's your favorite thing? What's your favorite thing? What's your favorite sport to play on the beach?
Volleyball.
Okay. Let's try this again. Hey, AK47.
Yes.
And a choice between playing frisbee. Oh, I said. Can we start over?
No.
And a choice between playing a game with the disc, or I can't do. Never.
Okay, look, the word is frisbee.
Okay, we got that out of the way. Okay, let's move on now. Okay, today's song number 79, as compiled by Gobotron. The information has been chosen by the board. They've selected the number 79th best song of the 1980s as "No More I Love Yous" by the British duo The Lover Speaks. The Lover Speaks was comprised of David Freeman vocals and Joseph Hughes, arranger-composer. I don't really know much about The Lover Speaks. A lot of it is because they only had one album that was commercially released. They had a second one that came out afterwards that never really even saw a commercial release. And so this album, also like the previous album that we discussed, So, by Peter Gabriel, also came out in 1986. As an album, I think it does have some great moments, like the song Still Faking This Art of Love, which I put on that 80s compilation for you.
That is a great song. I did not know this was the same band.
Yeah, Still Faking This.
What is wrong with the board? Because that song is so much better than this song.
Hey, it's a subjective thing, so it's...
And who exactly is on the board, and why can I not be a member of the board? Because I would have disagreed with this song.
Okay, that secret will be revealed later, maybe. Oh, it's not that much of a secret. I'll reveal the information maybe towards the end of this.
I just want to state for the record, while it's not a terrible song, I absolutely disagree with that.
Okay.
It's
because you liked Still Fake This Art of Love.
Well, that's a good song too, but my personal top 80, neither one of those would be in that.
How about the song Every Lover's Sign, which is I also put on that compilation for you.
Sing some of that one. It was
everywhere the probably turns.
Never mind. good, but in my opinion, not great.
Right. My opinion on The Lover Speaks is their album is a pretty good album, but I think they're kind of like a two-trick pony, and by that I mean they have upbeat songs like "Still Faking the Start of Love," and then they have a few ballad, slower songs like "Know Where I Love You."
I much prefer the faster songs to almost any band at all. I mean,
well, I think I can appreciate a slow song, and
occasionally.
And this song, "Know Where I Love You," which is the topic of this podcast, it's emotional and dramatic, climatic.
Well, I like that.
Yeah, you like that because because the part at the end where it kind of builds up and you have the female vocalist, and she could the do 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 which kind of ties it together, and it builds up until the end, and it gets the music swells. It makes you feel, and I think that's what the board was going for. Do you want to talk about the lyrics now?
So that's what a song has to make you feel to be in the top 80.
Yes. Right.
Well, Jimmy Buffett makes me feel like I'm going to throw up.
Feel good. It makes, but it's a nice feel. Or it makes you feel.
No, I know what you mean. I'm just picking. I know what you mean. I guess I just disagree because, in my opinion, this song, it's a good song, but it's kind of like it's like a dollar store frisbee. It's like you have fun playing with it, but when it goes on the roof, do you go get it? No.
That kind of sums up my love life right there, doesn't it?
Ouch.
Lyrically, though, this is a love song, which is beyond cliche, considering that like 99% of all pop songs have to do something with love. But I guess you could say this is a bit of an anti-love song. There are lines about monsters and demons and that he used to have, and now that he's gotten over love and he's beyond it, and now are things better or not? I don't know. Is it a song of triumph or despair? This isn't. If I could think of one point I would like to make about this song is the contrast between the 80s and the 90s, because 9 years after this song was released, Annie Lennox came out with her infinitely more popular cover version, and the Lover Speaks version, the original version of the song, it charted like 58 on the UK charts, which is like nothing in the US. You just never heard it. Credit to Annie Lennox for taking maybe something that obscure to make a cover of, and that way most people probably think she wrote it and she did it.
I don't like her version.
Oh no, I don't, and that's the point I was trying to make, because her version was a lot more popular. Won the Grammy for Best Female Vocal, went #2 in the UK charts, and it's a lot slower, it's a lot lighter, more delicate. This is really just a very boring. It's just very, and it's all the drama I think is just ripped out of it, and there's nothing there. It's just like a thin layer. When I heard Annie Lennox, her version first, then when I heard this song, it was almost completely different. I understood the appeal of the song because, and what really ties it all together is the female backing vocal, the do 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 that kind of ties it together. The song is so much better than the 90s Annie Lennox version, and yet what gets all the credit. I think it's just because maybe in the 90s there was such a void of good music. Like what good material that came out in 95? I mean,
excuse me.
What? I can't think of any good songs that came out. Of course, I'm being sarcastic. There was some good stuff.
There was a lot of good stuff that came out in the 90s.
That was kind of the height of
95 was a great year. Yeah,
Pulp,
absolutely.
Pulp's Different Class, I think, came out then.
Oasis.
Blur,
yeah,
all that.
Yeah. That's a whole nother podcast, love.
Right, but that was on the other side of the pond. Let's move on and talk about the music video now.
The music video was just really blurring and it was confusing to me.
Yeah.
But I like the end where he looks like he's rolling around on this bed, and then all of a sudden the bed just gets pulled away from him, and it's like floating or something. It was pretty neat.
Yeah, there's not really much to the video, and I think it's maybe because it was done on a low budget. But, I mean, it does provide a bit of an atmosphere. But one of my favorite things about the song is the part where the female, the melody changes a little bit, and she goes, like that. And that's about the point where he kind of lifts out of the bed. So that is a nice effect.
Yeah, it's the kind of song I think I could listen to maybe once every 5 years.
5 years?
Yeah. That's just my personal opinion. I mean, it's a good song, but it's not fabulous.
Well, I think myself and the board, I think we... speaking.
I'm guessing you're on the board, or you head of the board, maybe.
I do wield a certain influence of the board, but I think it's a good, enjoyable tune. It hasn't grown old on me yet. Oh yeah, we left out one very important topipic, which the sex appeal of the vocalist, which we touched on in the last song.
Yeah. Well, you know how I feel about Englishmen, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that would get a high rating for you. Thumbs up
on the vocals. Absolutely.
He had a Tom. Not only does he have a nice deep voice.
Oh yeah.
A very, very good, unique voice, but he kind of reminds me of Tom Bailey, the Thompson Twins. Did you?
I was thinking that. Yes, very much. And I've always thought he has a sexy voice. So, and it's funny because we were watching that video just the other night of him performing 80s Rewind Festival.
Yeah.
And he still has a really nice voice.
I was not referring to his voice, but his look. I thought he looked.
Oh, you mean physically?
Yeah, physically, I thought he looked the same.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he looks good.
That's all gathered from the blurry video.
Voice. Yeah, he's a very sexy voice.
No, you know what? Yeah, because
Tom
Bailey does have kind of maybe that is something to think about. And I don't think Tom Bailey ever wore the puffy pirate shirt. The new romantic look. I don't think he ever did that, but. This Lover Speaks maybe was going kind of the vintage shirt. The vintage poofy shirt look.
That makes me think of Seinfeld.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to with Seinfeld.
Yes, I love it.
Okay, we're too much 90s on this.
Okay, I'm sorry. Whoops.
Okay, I'm just trying to think. Have we touched on?
We don't have to keep this going for 20 minutes if there's nothing else to say.
It's
a good
song. The last
song.
podcast was 20 minutes. I want to keep it even.
Well, do you want to talk about like the weather or something?
Let's talk about Italo disco.
Okay.
We could talk about that forever. I have a feeling that there are going to be some Italo disco songs that there might be a few Italo disco songs that might creep into the top 80 of the 80s.
Maybe if we have time at the end of some podcasts, we could just pick one song that we just kind of toss in there. This almost made the list.
Okay.
So is there a song that you think, like, don't say Trans-X, because that song is going to be... I'm talking to the board, and that song is going to be on the list somewhere.
You're referring to Trans-X
Living on Video.
On video.
Yes. And Kraftwerk. There has to be a Kraftwerk song in here somewhere.
I don't want to tease or disappoint the listeners about where Kraftwerk falls. So signing off. I didn't give my name. My name's DJCK1.
I'm apparently AK-47.
Yes, a rapid fire, lady. All right, and you're listening to the 80 of the 80s podcast. Please tune in next time for number 78. Gee, I wonder what it will be.
Thanks for listening to the 80 of the 80s podcast. Questions? Comments? Email us at 80ofthe80s. That's 80ofthe80s@gmail.com. Like us on Facebook or subscribe to our YouTube channel. That name again, 80 of the 80s. Until the next song, this is AK-47 thanking you for your power play.